You are looking live from Lieutenant General L. Russell Memorial Stadium here in New Orleans, Louisiana, for this Simulation Football League matchup between the Jacksonville Kings and the New Orleans Sparrows. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Colin Northrop, alongside color analyst Rick Northrop.
Good afternoon.
Robert Garrett Jr. in the stats. And the truck manning the stats for us as we get the two of the top passing offenses in the Simulation Football League. Numbers 1 and 2 are New Orleans and Jacksonville, respectively. We're just going to see a whole lot of points.
I'm guessing we're going to be blaring the air raid siren this afternoon, Colin.
Both teams score close to 32 points a game. Jacksonville will call the toss of the coin, and Christian Christensen calling it for his team. We have a heads call. And Jacksonville has won the toss. And they will put that defense on the field first. They give up an average of 20 points a game against the offense that scores close to 32 points a game. Rick, this game could very well come down to who makes the most amount of defensive stops.
Well, I think so. It's going to be a lot of pressure on the secondaries and on the D lines, obviously. They both want to slow each other's passing attack, and we've got two lethal ones here on the field today.
Mike Klein Jr. boots it in the air, and we're underway. Fielding it out of his end zone is Aaron Arrington. Up the middle, now cuts to the side, cuts back to the other, and is down at the 23. We'll get our first look at this Sparrow passing attack led by quarterback number 10, Xander Gold. The wide receivers are Badir Ajalani, Deezer Powell, and Ermac Jackson. The tight end is Justin Clifton, and the running back is Reggie Streeter.
They're already changing the play right out of the gate.
We got three wide. I formation, Streeter dotting the I as Gold is back to throw, fires it down the middle, and it is complete to the 42-yard line. Deezer Powell on the reception.
Colt was making sure his wideout on the right side of the formation knew what was going on. Might have been a decoy there as they find him over the middle in the seam of the D.
Here's a first down situation from the 42. That was a 19-yard pickup. Here's Gold. Will swing it out to his fullback, and his fullback turns upfield and gains 4 yards on the play.
Gold barely escapes with his life there, Colin, as he gets it away as he's being hit.
For the Jacksonville defense, they have Tyquan Hill at defensive end number 91, Hunter Norwood, defensive tackle number 74. Linebackers are J.R. Lawless and Chad Guy. Corners are Michael Sprouse and Bernard Gooden, and the safety. We'll get to those after this play as the throw goes out to Reggie Streeter, and Reggie Streeter picks up a first down as he crosses over the midfield stripe into King territory at the 46. The safeties are Sher Chappelle and Anthony Wyo at the free safeties. Alex Bond and the 17th overall pick, Succo Lamano. Number 42 is the backup. So they roll with quite a few defensive backs in tow as Gold fires it out to Powell. His second completion is good for about a pickup of 8 yards, and he's now quickly up 27 yards. Of course, the big off-season acquisition for New Orleans was getting Reggie Streeter from London. But it's really been the Xander Gold show as far as the numbers are concerned. He throws one down the field. It is complete. That is to the big tight end, Yassine Clifton. Tackle made at the Jacksonville 26. First down, New Orleans.
How many first downs do we have in this game already? It's going to be stats. are going to be.
And we have
busy.
3 first downs already, and this is on 5 plays. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26, 3 tight ends, including Jerry, the fullback, wide as Reggie Streeter gets his second reception, and Reggie will turn upfield and gain 4 yards to make it his second.
Just kind of trying to spread them out a little bit, and these boys know how to run the swing pass, Colin, as they get the ball in space on time and gives the receiver, whoever it may be, a chance to do something with it.
As Gold is in the gun. He's got Streeter on his right side. The pass out to the reserve tight end, that is Vickers. Roman Vickers
Another swing pass.
will pick up yardage to the 18 to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Let's look for maybe a shot over the middle or something as they've entered the red zone.
A split backfield.
The red zone is for loading and unloading only.
And they'll throw. Gold over the middle. It's intercepted. It's intercepted by the Kings. The 16-yard line. That is Bernard Gooden cutting in front of that one.
Yeah, I had a feeling there was something coming over the middle. Unfortunately, he throws it right to the other team.
Looks like he was looking for Vickers, and he just followed it perfectly. And the boys from Duval County will take over. 1st and 10 at their 16 after relocating from Tallahassee, the capital of the Sunshine State. Here's Christian Christensen by himself in the shotgun. And here's the throw. Over the middle, it's complete. For a pickup of 5. That is Hunter Jones, who a couple weeks ago versus Seattle had 4 touchdown receptions in the first half. Pretty remarkable stuff. Jones is joined by Grayson Willis and Ken Gossett. The tight end is Jack Wall. Jared Willis is the tailback. In fact, Willis gets the carry here and gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. Chiefly by number 99, Ray West, along with number 98 on the defensive front for Pharaohs. That is Levant Irvine, linebacker. 3rd down and 5, Christensen in the gun. And he will take the snap, fire over the middle, and it's caught by Jack Wall. It's good enough for a 1st down.
Just a nice move the sticks kind of play. They need to get out of the shadow of their own goalpost, which they have now done, Colin. And we talked about pressure on the defense, and I'm not sure if it was a Pharaoh's mistake or a better play by the defense, but
here's Christensen, quick drop, throws. Oh, Wall with his second plays will pick up 5 yards. Let's set that Pharaoh defense for you. We have Chris Leone at the left defensive end position. The right defensive end is Ovaltine Jenkins, a rookie free agent. And the tackles are Zig Washington, number 90, and Ray West, number 99. We'll get to the rest after this play. As Wall again, his 3rd catch over the middle on the slant cut to the King 49-yard line. What a catch. In front of Tank Bennett, who's the strong safety. The other contracted safety back there with him is Dante West, number 33, Ray West's brother. Shedrick Dynasty is the nickel back. He's number 29 on contracted position. Corners are Aaron Arrington and Roland Hood. Levon Irvine and Bryce Lincoln are the linebackers as Christensen has to throw this out of bounds. And he lives to fight another day.
Yeah, the Pharaohs run a nice little stunt on the defensive line there. And the Kings kind of roll into the strength of that stunt and force the throw out of bounds.
Nelson Lonzo Jr. is the other midseason signing. He's the other joining New Orleans first-round pick at number 4 overall, Bryce Lincoln. Here is Christensen, turns, gives to Willis. The second carry, and Grayson Willis charges ahead for 9 yards. Tackle made by Hood and Bennett.
You know, the Pharaohs were vulnerable on that count as they had 9 guys within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage and just the 2 safeties over the top. And the vulnerability was if a running back got through the initial contact, they were gone. And fortunately, the safeties stepped up and made the stop.
2 receivers to the bottom. Christensen fires out of bounds. For Grayson Willis, he had the catch, but he couldn't keep the feet in bounds.
Yeah, I think he was already a good yard out of bounds when he caught that ball.
And
it's kind of a mix-up on the route and the throw there, Colin.
And they line up to go for it. Out of the I formation. This could be just a ritual burning at the time. No, they run a play. Here's Willis on a swing. And he catches it for a first down.
Totally unexpected, it appears, by the Pharaohs. Well,
so they actually run a play, and the Kings get a first down at the Pharaoh 39.
The Pharaohs are going to have a difficult time pledging Kappa Kappa Drive with that. The Rick meter's still at neutral as the Kings now get solidly into the plus side of the field, not the Rick meter.
Here's Willis.
That little,
up the middle for 7.
Yes, that little deaky sort of hide the ball, hand it off.
The man sort of pulling around, and boop, there's the running back with the ball.
Exactly. What's happening? Well, we'll probably get another look at the Stride scoreboard here. The Stride Golf scoreboard will be exhorting the Pharaohs defense here.
Here's 2nd and 3 on the 31. Christensen back to throw. Dumps this short. It's complete to the fullback, Williams. And Julius Williams gets knocked out of bounds. First down pickup to the 23.
As Mike Mayock would say, there was a missed tackle on that. As the first man up cannot corral him or even slow him down.
Correction, that was Greg Mack. Still must be thinking about last year's run.
I don't know. You have them all in your head.
Here is 4 wide. 2 to either side. Willis up the middle on the carry, and they take advantage of the light box and pick up 6 yards, 2nd and 4.
Yeah. New Orleans seems to be running a 3-man defensive front more often than not, Colin, and I find that interesting. If they allow the Kings to establish the running game, that's going to be a real problem, as obviously the Kings have a potent passing game as well.
Now they line up with 2 wide receivers to the top of the gun. Christensen swings it out to Willis. Another catch, but this time he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 19. Loss of 2.
It looked like there was going to be a false start, but there was no flag.
This is from the 19-yard line, well within field goal. You got to be smart if you're Christian Christensen. Cannot turn the football over, certainly. Empty backfield, shotgun. He's going to throw under pressure, and he just has to eat it back at the 23.
Is he going to throw? Is he? No, it's not.
Ovaltine Jenkins and Levon Irvine both in the neighborhood.
That's a free route to the QB. Look at that.
And Irvine was untouched as we get Mr. Klein's first field goal. Klein Jr., that is. Replacing fan favorite here in Pride Nation, Kevin Bain. And the field goal attempt is up, and it is good from 40 yards away. So Jacksonville able to take advantage of the Pharaoh turnover and convert it into 3 points.
And with that completed field goal, Colin, the Rick meter will move lean Jacksonville. Keith Jacksonville Kings. There we go.
I'm going to have to call a whoa Nelly on that one. As The kickoff by Klein is away. Arrington, a few yards deep at his end zone, coming out. Made a man miss. Ran over another one, spun away, and got to the 24-yard line. So 1 minute, 14 seconds left in the second drive for the Pharaohs. You know, Reggie Streeter, he caught a few passes on the opening drive, but 2 catches for 10 yards, but not a rushing attempt. Very unusual, especially considering this man went over 2,000 yards last year for London.
Indeed. Shout out to Robert Garrett Jr., who's keeping the stats for us.
And the throw over the middle of Clifton is caught for a first down. Michael Sprouse able to hold on for dear life as the big tight end, who's 6'7", 265, is a tough guy to bring down.
He's a load. Sort of leaves some King defenders in the dust like bowling pins.
Here is Gold.
And
oh, my colleague having a little bit of fun as it's a deep drop. Down the middle he goes, and it's over the head of complete. J.R. Wallace with the pressure as it looked like they bought a couple of safeties there.
Yeah, not sure what happened, but nothing but tumbleweeds and prairie dogs out there where that ball landed.
Second down and 10, 40 seconds to go. Mexico City beat London earlier, 56-28.
Yikes, a lot of scoring in that game, no doubt.
And Xander Gold, barely got that away to Reggie Streeter, broke a tackle, and he will pick up a first down and a whole lot more as Alex Bond brings him down. And Gold completing 9 of 11 passes for over 70 yards at this point. Oh boy, that could have been real bad. No, Gold, the quarterback rating of close to 60. Most of it brought down by the fact that he threw that interception to Bernard Good on the first drive. Here's Gold in the shotgun, 4 wide, back to throw. Going to the sideline, it is complete. That is to Ermac Jackson, and he got 2. We reached the end of the first quarter. Score is Jacksonville 3, New Orleans 0. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch TV. There's a look at Xander Gold's numbers. Has the 1 interception, and that's mostly why the quarterback rating is where it's at. And Gold has to move in the pocket, throws into double coverage, and it is caught.
It's caught. He's caught.
Deezer Owl, spectacular catch. Down to the King 13-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10.
Wow, nice throw, too. Just like the flight of an African sparrow, Colin.
In between Bernard Gooden and Bond, Alex Bond.
Oh, man, can people keep up? 2 references right in a row.
Now they have 1 wide receiver almost lined up as a tight end to the line of scrimmage. Flexed very tight. Oh, and we got a free play as the man jumped off sides. Reggie Streeter will power down for about an 8-yard pickup, but
They'll probably decline that penalty now. 2nd and short. We'll see, though.
Let's see who the guilty party was. It was Taekwon Hale.
How with the old school face mask. Dig that.
Probably gives him more vision so he could see. No restrictions on what types of helmets can be allowed in the Simulation Football League.
That's great.
Allows for greater player creativity as well as expression.
There's a guy when he puts his contacts in, he can see better.
3 tight ends, including Tajiri and the fullback lined up. As Streeter fights through traffic and scores a touchdown for New Orleans.
you go.
He had to fight through Bernard Gooden, who was being blocked. And once he got through Gooden, he just kind of, with a little bit of a almost D-lineman-like swim maneuver there.
Right, yeah. Yeah, we've seen that more than a few times out of him trying to gain the goal line. He'll swim through the tacklers.
As the extra point with 9:59 to go in the first half by Austin Powers is up and good, and he's saying, yeah, baby.
Well, with that pulls the Rick meter not only back to neutral, but to lean Pharaohs at this point. We got a little back and forth early in the game. Elizabeth Hurley, by the way, came by earlier to say hello. Another story.
Here's the kick by Powers. And Jones spins across to the 23. Well, we've seen plenty of spectacular special teams performances. We had Mark Lopez return a kickoff for a touchdown against these very same Pharaohs. We watched the Legion earlier.
These very same Pharaohs, yes.
Earlier this year, so keep your selves braced on kick returns. As Christensen will... Somebody moved early. I can't tell who it was exactly.
The defensive end on the left side of the formation.
Willis will pick up 3, maybe close to 4.
They're talking about kick returns for touchdowns. Those are toot uncommon for the Pharaohs. Ah.
Oh, no. Ovaltine Jenkins called the guilty party. Grayson Willis coming into this game had over 41 catches for close to 560 yards, a couple touchdowns, and there's the first catch for Kenny Gossett. Kenny G, as fans call him. First down to the 35.
He's playing well. It's beautiful music for the team.
Oh, beautiful indeed. 2 wide receivers to the top. We have Gossett in the slot. Christensen to throw. He's got plenty of protection. Fires for Jack Wall, who breaks the tackle and picks up a first down. Tank Bennett wrapped him up, and for Wall, he's been quite busy. That is his 3rd catch for 28 yards. And for Christensen, he's now 9 of 11 for 60 yards. 5.5 yards per attempt.
Wow.
Thank you, Robert Garrett Jr., for keeping track of those numbers. We have a carry up the middle. It's a straight dive play to Willis, and he'll get racked up at the line of scrimmage for no gain. And that is Sheedrick Dynasty coming up and playing the run support rather nicely. All that.
Indeed, not afraid to get his nose in there and do some of the dirty work.
Christensen back to throw, dumps this off short to Willis, who had to turn upfield quickly, but even there, on a quicker basis, was the rookie linebacker, Bryce Lincoln.
Yeah, and to elaborate or build on that, Colin, it looks like the Pharaohs' defense might just be a little quicker right now than their first series.
Here's 4 wide receivers. Back offset to the right-hand side. Willis, Christensen, quick drop. Slant cut over the middle of Honor. Got his big paw up, but he's quite tall for a linebacker. He's 6'2", 245, well-traveled. Played with Sioux Falls, Las Vegas, and most recently spent time with Vancouver.
Well, he's a classic disruptor, and he gets in the way of the Kings' plans there.
They'll punt this away. The rush was on. It was nearly blocked. And a return by Arrington won't get very far. Just back to the Faro 18. So Rick, Faro's got 7 on their last drive. Can he keep the momentum going?
Well, we'll see. They had a nice mix, and one of the if you're sort of in my business underwriting, trying to understand what's happening and where things are coming from, like we do at the bank. If you're underwriting that last drive, you're going to have noticed that Streeter had a number of good individual plays that kept that drive alive. So if he can't keep that up, that may stall this drive out.
Trips to the bottom. Here to get to Streeter one more time. Broke a couple of tackles, and oh boy, it was about one more broken tackle away from running away with this thing.
He broke several to move the sticks.
He broke Alex Bond's tackle and Sir Chappelle and Anthony Weil.
Hats off to the Big Uglies to keep the Keith Jackson references going there for the Pharaohs up front. Streeter wasn't really touched until he was about 5 or 6 yards downfield.
There they go, 3 wide. In the slot is Padilla Aguilar. And Gold nearly sacked, but able to get that away. Pass intended for Deidre Powell.
As the Kings say, hey, we heard your Big Ugly comment, and they're not that good. Proceed to sack Xander Auric Gold.
The Horrell clan is watching from Winston-Salem, and they say they love us down there. Thanks for the compliments, fellas.
Hey, exactly. Thank you.
3 wide on 2nd and 10. Gold over the middle looking for Badir Ajolani, but the throw was knocked away. I believe that was Bernard Gooden.
Well, the Horrells put some significant jack down there, Colin. You can give a shout out for that, too.
Over 1,000 bits. Thank you very much. Helps out the channel. There's Badir Ajolani, free agent acquisition from St. Louis for New Orleans this offseason. As we have a 3rd and 10. Back to throw is Gold. Has a man in his face, and down he goes. That was Hunter Norwood. I lost 7 on the sack.
Look how large he is. His head at Gold. Like, what are you doing? That was too easy. He stood there like the house by the side of the road.
He's 6'2", 325, but that's what it says on the program. But he might be closer to 350 with that belly.
He's a few cheeseburgers over the program weight, I think, Colin.
As the punt is nearly blocked. Returned by Swain. Number 17 is up to the 40.
Probably decent field position here in the second with as we tick under 6 minutes to go before halftime. And the Kings do need a score. The Rick meter is not in their favor at this point. And as I, in my own mind, like to point out, I believe teams play for the glory of the Rick meter.
3 wide receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Here's Grayson Willis. He gets clotheslined by Lincoln for no gain. You know, so far he only has 22 yards and 6 carries, 3 catches for no yards with Mr. Willis. Christensen 10 of 13, but just as 8 under 60 yards passing. Here's Christensen, quick drop. Arm slant, here's the throw. It's intercepted. That is Aaron Arrington. And a well-traveled cornerback. He spent time with the Aztecs, with the Hyenas, with the Gladiators. Before landing his own team, just grabs that duck out of the air intended for God.
Well, you know, he knows a thing or two because he's seen a thing or two.
And
I can assure you on that. Sorry, I cracked myself up.
And here are 2 receivers to the bottom. Gold is changing the play. He'll throw it out to Streeter, and Reggie will break a tackle and get up to the 39. And for Xander Gold, and now solidly puts him right at 122 yards and just 12 completions.
Wow, for 7.6 yard per average. That's pretty good. Let's see what they dial up here.
New Orleans touchdown drive was 75 yards. Their longest drive otherwise is 22. And here's Streeter up the middle. Will gain close to a first down. They'll mark him at the 34.
He does have a first down, and this is interesting. Maybe a little clock management here going on by New Orleans, right? Try and burn up some clock. They're mixing run and pass.
And here they get the Streeter once again. And Reggie, oh! That's a crunching tackle by number 30.
Wiles says, I'd like to introduce you to the International House of Pancakes.
Flattens him there. The Streeter levels up. Will he become Streetist or Boulevarder? There's Mark Lopez as he gets another carry. Does Reggie. Only broke one tackle. That was Chad Guy, the linebacker.
Maybe he's a driver. Actually kind of fits. I like that. Of course, I like most of my ideas.
Here's Xander Gold.
And here's Colin.
Here's I formation. Streeter. Swing pass, and he gets knocked out of bounds.
He'll take the first down, even though it stops the clock.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line. The Pharaohs now. Clock's up with 3:25 to go in the first half. 4-point lead for Pharaohs, trying to extend this lead just a little bit more as we go into halftime. Remember, Jacksonville gets the ball first to start the quarter.
Whoa, hey, look out.
And the throw is intercepted. It is intercepted by Michael Sprouse.
Nice job, Mr. Sprouse. These red zone picks are such killers, and they emotionally hurt for the offense.
Pass intended for Powell on the corner route, and he just threw it right to him.
I kind of knew what the route was going to be, it looked like, as he just settled down in the firing. Finds himself with the ball.
And oh, I did it again. Here is Christensen. Turns, gives to Willis, who is tackled immediately after he gets the football.
It could turn you into a drinking game if you're not careful, Colin. Every time he says here's, take a sip.
Oh, no. Second down and 10. Christensen under center. Has 3 wide receivers. On the formation, he's back to throw. Sideline pattern complete to Hunter Jones. That'll be about a pickup of, I'll call it 7 yards to the 18. Third down and 3. And for
Clock's moving and they huddle up, Colin. I don't get it.
And for Jacksonville, they're 1 of 4 on third down conversions. And they get it off before the 2-minute warning. Outcut is good enough for a first down. Oh, well, wait, they didn't mark him out of bounds. So that'll be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
It will take down to the 2-0.
Reached the 2-minute warning. New Orleans in front 7-3, but Jacksonville trying to change that.
Your what?
The Simulation Football League on Twitch TV. Christensen has split backs. He audibles to a different play selection. Hi, Craig, you're on chat. Haven't seen you around before. Welcome. Racing as Jared Willis picks up 5 yards to the 29, 2nd and 5.
Well, Jacksonville doesn't seem to be in too big a hurry. They huddle up. They ran a running play.
Remember, they get the ball first coming out of the third quarter.
I get that, but got a chance to double up.
Again, they go back to Willis, and he's tackled at the line of scrimmage. That's been sort of the narrative of the day so far. In on the tackle. And
more than happy to oblige the pattern there.
3rd and 6. Christensen in the gun by himself. Will take the shotgun snap, fire over the middle, knocked away.
Wow.
I think I hit somebody in the back. I'm not sure who it was. Incomplete. That is Mr. Darnell Lee.
Wow. If somebody wasn't defending or attempting a pass rush, everybody else was in the area where he threw the ball.
And Howard McCoy on again for a punt.
Is he the real McCoy?
According to him, he is. The snap is low. The punt is away. And for Arrington, he'll field this one. Cut off field, dragging defenders to the 39-yard line. Only the second punt for Jacksonville and one punt for New Orleans. So, been fairly inconsequential game for the punters from that standpoint, as New Orleans will take over with 52 ticks left.
Little known fact, the original real McCoy was Elijah McCoy from Michigan, our home state, worked for the Michigan Central Railroad and invented an automatic oiler system for steam locomotives. Lots of people copied him, but the engineers, the steam locomotive engineers, always asked for the real McCoy.
And Gold ducks out of a sack, throws, and it is complete. It is complete to Deezer Powell to the 41. That looked like an Eli Manning escape.
And now we get a chance to see what a real hurry-up looks like, Colin.
He broke the sack attempt by Taquan Hill, and there was Deezer Powell, who had beaten Michael Sprouse on a deep in route.
So 44 ticks left before halftime.
5 catches for 80 yards. Powell on 6 targets.
The Pharaohs are trying to put the hurt to the Kings.
Here's a give on a trap play to Streeter, and Reggie knocked down, and they're caught a hurry up in this formation. Oh boy.
There we go. Same formation. Look at the defender in the backfield. They should have snapped the ball.
Now they do, and Reggie Streeter catches it on a swing pass, and he gets tackled.
He can't get out of bounds.
Inbounds, and they have to call timeout with 23 seconds left.
Hey, that's a good productive play, but they were lined up and in their stances. They should have snapped the ball with a King defender in their own backfield. It would have stopped the clock, and they would have gotten 5 yards from it. Very interesting.
23 seconds left. Powell having a productive day on the balls he has caught. Gold back to throw. Slant got one-handed catch by Deezer. He's just showing. Folks, he picked up 7 yards. Clock is running. They have 1 timeout. They're looking to save it.
Burning a lot of time. Here we go.
And Gold knocked away. Pass intended for Powell. Looked like that was Sprouse on the reception.
That's too bad. They, if they were a little crisper, they might have enough time to run one more play. But it looks like they've got to kick a field goal here.
They do have a contracted kicker, and they do send him out for this, a 3rd down kick.
A 36-yard attempt.
From the left hash. Snap, spot kick is good. So New Orleans stretches it out to a 10-3 lead with 1 second to go in the first half.
Well, New Orleans is going to go from the Rick meter from lean New Orleans to solid New Orleans with that. It's early. The Jacksonville Kings They're going to have to make some adjustments, though, Colin. Indeed.
Indeed they are, as the kickoff is away. Hunter Jones, about a yard deep in the end zone, takes this up the middle. Time has expired. Hunter Jones, oh, he could have broken that one open there. He just got 1 or 2 more blocks. So he gets to 29. That's the end of the first half. New Orleans front 10-3. Pharaohs 1-3 on the looking to turn it around. Rick, as we get a look at the statistics here, what are your observations from this first half?
I don't know. I'm interested to see some of the, there it is, the passing yardage.
Only 99 total yards
Yep.
for the Kings.
Double the yards for the Pharaohs, not unexpected. Although if you're the Kings, you're going to say we're only down by 1 score. And they've actually had the ball. Look at that time of possession.
Yeah,
Slightly in their
they're
favor.
winning the turnover battle 2-1.
Just can't sustain a drive. They put it in the end zone.
Christensen finishing the half with 72 passing yards. Both kickers made a field goal. It's really a touchdown game, and remember, Jacksonville gets the ball first because they elected to kick. There's that touchdown run by Streeter where he broke Zipline.
Zipline. He broke Zipline, boss. Zipline.
You know, Christensen had the one bad throw, but overall, he's been efficient. You know, he's completing close to 70% of his passes, 12 of 17, but only for 72 yards. Longest drive by Jacksonville was 60 yards. That was their field goal that they took over after the first possession by New Orleans following the interception. Other than that, their longest drive was that last field goal make, about 39 yards, 6 plays. Only 3 punts. 2 by Jacksonville and only 1 by New Orleans in the first. Fox High win. I appreciate the compliments. Oh, there's plenty of more references that have popped up, including Mike Python in case for those of you who might have missed. Hunter Jones turns the kickoff up to the 22-yard line, and the Kings are looking to get back into this one. They're only down 10-3. Christensen saddling up under center. Jared Willis is the deep tailback in the I formation. Quick drop. He catches the pass out of the backfield and turns upfield, picks up 7 yards. And now he's up over 80 yards now. We have a 2nd and 3 situation. It's critical for Jacksonville to get something on this drive, as we welcome in Shan Varner, owner of the Chicago Wildcats, in the chat.
Mr. Varner, a hearty good afternoon.
And Willis up the middle. He needed 3 yards, but he got 2. Sets up a 3rd and 1. Irvine out there smacking people around. 2 wide receivers to the bottom. Gossett in the slot. They give off to Willis instead, but they saved it. First down. Ray West tackle.
Sorry, Colin. It sure looked like he had it. I don't know if we'll get a challenge or a second look at this.
Oh, certainly a worthy spot, but Jacksonville not willing to risk the biscuit just yet.
Not at this point. Not in this part of the field, I guess. Wait for something more critical. They'll have several more possessions, obviously.
And the punt is away by McCoy. Harrington cuts the field, spins, and goes down at the 40.
Well, now it's critical for the Kings defense to put up here a stiff defense against the Pharaohs.
Here they line up with 3 tight ends and a fullback lined up in the tight end position. Streeter will plow ahead for only a yard.
And you can see the definition of pursuit right there as he gets held up at the line. And everybody and their brother for Jacksonville comes up to assist on the tackle. Tackle.
You know, it's interesting, Rick, is, you know, we've seen a lot of this type of formation, but
yes,
not a lot of targets for guys at the wide receiver position outside of Powell. As that throw is over the middle, that is complete to Badiro Ajawala. And then walking down at the 44, sets up a 3rd and 6, his first catch.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's one of your more traditional targets. But just his first catch, you say. Just his first catch, you say.
We have a 3rd and 6 on Pryor. 3rd down. New Orleans is 1 for 4. They'll give out the Reggie Streeter. He had to break a couple of tackles, and he broke only one when he needed to break Chad Guy's tackle, but nothing doing there. And Grasmanis on for the punt, so we trade punts back and forth.
Here we go. Here we go. So no harm, no foul if you're the Kings. Get another chance, another crack at it on offense.
You know, if you want to become one of these players in the Simulation Football League, visit simulationfl.net, and there will be a link to join our Discord server. You can do all sorts of things. You can be a player, you can be a coach, you can be a scout. You know, the website's always looking for people to write articles and content, too.
Lots of ways to participate in the SFL. So get off your couch, click on the link, get yourself started.
And you could be on the field. Christensen pops these out to Willis.
They just can't seem to get anything going here. Come on, Jacksonville. You know, they've come. Jacksonville has had to overcome more. I mean, this is not an insurmountable challenge for them, especially for a team whose father smelt of elderberries.
And Christensen is now up to 80 yards passing on 14 completions. He's back to throw. This is league completion number 15, and it'll be out of bounds to Grayson Willis.
Maybe there's no Monty Python fans up there. Your mother was a hamster. Your father smelt of elderberries. Come on, laugh. Oh, that was funny. Hey, why are you shaking your fist at me?
Grayson Willis, his second catch only for 9 yards, though. Christensen under center, quick drop back, outcut is too. Wouldn't have mattered anyway, even if he would have caught it down, still would have been short of the markers. Oh, somebody got your elderberries joking.
Somebody knows. Thank goodness. And not that anybody cares, but after this game, I have to go out and take care of the shrubbery.
Oh, and our executive producer, Cameron Earp, that last line he said of "Why are you shaking your fist at me?" caused him to burst out laughing.
He knows.
Yeah. And Arrington returns this punt up to the 46.
Well, here we go, Jacksonville. The Pharaohs have good field position and the ball, and Jacksonville's offense just cannot get out of their own way right now, Colin.
And there's the Hall of Famer Ray Bentley with another Python reference. No shrubbery, he says.
Thank you.
And Gold drops back to throw, has a clean pocket, fires down the field, all the way down, and it is complete. Pass intent for Ermac Jackson. Alex Bond knocks that away like an improperly made martini.
All right. Well, the cutting down the tree. Yes, indeed. You have to be careful, though, of the rabbits. It may look like just a rabbit. Maybe you can send Sir Lancelot out to take care of it.
Gold fires over the middle, and I believe that was either dropped or knocked away
Or
by Sprouse.
or received in the back of the head. I'm not sure which. It looks like we're not going to get a look at it. Colin, shall I go and talk to the boys in the truck? Maybe take away their Mountain Dew and Pop-Tarts? The world of tech obviously is fueled on Pop-Tarts and, well, Doritos, sweet and savory.
3rd and 10, New Orleans. From the gun, they throw short, and it's about 6 yards short of where they needed to go. Sets up a 3rd and 6, or Mac Jackson catching it on the hook route.
Wow, well, suddenly, I mean, some adjustments have been made, Colin. We're trading punts. Three shall be the number we will count to, by the way.
Not 5, not 4, but 3.
Shall stop at 3.
As Grasmatis kicks this away.
As in 3 downs and out.
And Swain returns it up
to the nothing.
to his jersey number, to the 17. And taking a look at the drive summary, they've all been 4 plays, and no team has gained greater than 9 yards so far in this half. And we're
in any possession, sorry.
Any possession in this half so far. We have 6:07 to go still, but it's not looking good.
And so we can just Xerox the drive summary.
Matt catches the pass from Christensen, who's now up to 86 yards. Gold right just past 170.
Here's an honest question. Is it technically a drive if it's a 3 and out? If you don't actually attain 1 first down, is it even a drive? Or should that just be a possession? Somewhere in the chat.
And Willis picks up the first down. And for those of you playing the drinking game, I apologize.
For so many years. We'll have to reset that each time. It's a drive. A drive? I don't know. 3-play drive. Well, punting is 4. 4-play drive for 5 yards. That
First and 10 at
exciting.
the 26. Christian.
There you go. Come on.
Swint pass on the screen, and he kicks up 8 yards on the play.
8 yards, yeah, I was going to say, has there ever been a more disappointing 2nd and 2? Come on. Maybe they should punt right now. Give up. All is lost. Alles kalt.
2nd and 2. And Willis is stopped at the line of scrimmage. That is Rolliman Hood and Ovaltine Jenkins combining on the tackle.
If one of these offenses doesn't break out soon, Colin, I'm just going to start doing color in either German or Swedish, and nobody wants that.
From the gun on 3rd and 2, Christensen surveys over a standard defense, pops it up,
Hey!
and Willis at first down, and the drive continues.
Saved from the German. And my incredibly bad Midwest flat accent.
Grayson Willis breaking open, got the outside release, and they just let him go.
Nice. Finally, good recognition, read and recognition on both parts. QB and the receiver, Colin. So here we go, over the 50.
Play number 6 is a pass to Jared Willis. He picks up 3 yards.
Willis gamely attempting to apply the stiff arm. It's like he doesn't have a broken wing on that one.
7th reception for Willis for 19 yards. He also has 13 carries for 36 yards. Christensen now up over 100. He's at 114. And the carry again goes to Willis, and Bryce Lincoln, he's been all over the place. He knocks him back to the Faro 45.
Orbfather. Sehr gut, Herr Major. Kennen wir uns, ja? Kommen Sie hier. Meinen Kinder.
Christian Christensen under center. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the bottom, 1 to the top of your screen. Christensen drops. Looking, it's almost intercepted. But knocked away by Aaron Arrington. And we will have a punt.
Oh, no. Willkommen. Willkommen. Alles kalt. Alles klar, Herr Kommissar. I cannot pronounce German.
McCoy kicks it away. This will land inside the 5, down at the 4.
Did he slide in? Say he's down. He slides in.
And the King defense backs up the Pharaohs right in the shadow of their own goalpost.
There, hey, do.
3-man backfield, 1 receiver to the top is Deezer Powell. And Reggie Streeter runs over a man but gets knocked backwards after the 3-yard pickup.
Wollen do football. All right. That's all the Swedish you get.
2nd and 7. Now they go with their 3 wide receivers and their tight end, Yasin Clifton. He's been awfully quiet. As Gold from his own end zone fires deep. Yasin Clifton broke a tackle, and nobody's going to catch Yasin Clifton as he scores a long passing touchdown.
Oh my gosh. I was just marveling at the beautiful deep drop by Xander Gold, and he puts that sucker to good use, Colin.
And he says, haven't heard from me in a while. And he says, how about this Clifton, as he runs the post cut and outruns everybody, including Anthony Weil.
Wow. Brave Sir Robin, he ran away all the way to the end zone.
Oh my goodness.
He is no silly Knigget.
93-yard touchdown pass as they could traverse 96 yards in just 2 plays.
Mein Gott.
And with 1:53 left, it is now a 17-3 game. And I am stunned. The number 1 passing offense is showing why they're number 1, but their defense has come to play too. I think that's the bigger surprise.
Well, the number 2 passing offense is stuck at 3 points, Colin. And I got to agree with Deep Pound 98. The dive on that tackle, he's got to remember, he's the last guy. He's the last man to beat. He cannot leave his feet like that.
Hunter Jones returns up to the 25.
Am I wrong? I mean, get in a foot race.
You are totally right.
Thank you. Thank you. I need validation constantly.
Rollamine Hood and this defense has really put the clamps down on this Kings passing attack. As Andy Hamilton pops in the chat, and the throw out to Ken Gossett is good for a first down to 43, and Arrington saved what could have been an even bigger play from happening as once again Gossett got open along the sideline. That was actually Rollemine Hood on the tackle. Pardon me, as quick drop back by Christensen over the middle, down. All of a sudden, Jacksonville is woken up in a major way as Grayson Willis picks up about 12 or 13.
Well, a little, nothing like a little sense of urgency to kind of get you to focus, right?
You know, if you need that to wake up your guys, you know, I'm all for it. Screen pass. Willis will get dragged down after a 6-yard pickup. Hood and Bennett combining on the stop. Clock now winding under 30 seconds to go. They'll get a snap off. Here's Gossett on the outcut, and the reception's good for the first. You know, Gossett's had a fairly quiet day. That is just, I believe, his third reception for 30 yards.
Wow.
5 targets.
Not bad. Not bad. And they're going to need more of that, Colin. And in one of the more obvious comments, among many that I'll make, it's a 2-score game. Jacksonville can put in the end zone.
Here's a slant cut over the middle, and that'll be the last play in the quarter. New Orleans extends the lead to 17-3 over Jacksonville. As we approach the fourth quarter, you're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch TV. Back here in New Orleans, Louisiana, we have a 2nd and inches on the Farrell 25. The give us to Willis, and he actually lost 2 yards. He tried to go wide on a power pulling play, but Levon Irvine blew it up.
Pharaohs don't want to let Jacksonville have any more juice as they're knocking up the red zone.
And the Kings going deep, and it's intercepted. Pass intended for Gossett, and I believe that was number 33, Dante West, on the interception. Man.
Jeez. Well, good on you, Pharaohs. Nice play, but in terms of looking to make this thing a little more exciting, just when, as the Swedes would say, kan ha varit et spel-eigen.
Which means what in English?
Just when it could have been a game again, huh?
They drove 49 yards in 7 plays before the interception, and New Orleans takes over on their own 20. And Xander Gold firing deep. He's got the near 30, 20, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, New Orleans. So they're not messing around.
Wow.
They scored on 2 plays last drive. This time they only take 1. As Bernard Gooden was burned badly on the corner route.
Inget forsvar. Colin, no defense. They get caught for another big play. Oh my goodness.
And they're showing why the average close to 30 a game. They're below that average, but they've blown it open. It's soon to be a 21-point advantage.
Yes, the meter is now has been solid New Orleans for a while, but now it's almost being glued there. We need Jacksonville really to wake up on this next drive.
To keep it interesting. That was an 80-yard touchdown reception, by the way. Superheroes Jelani from Xander Gold. Returned by Hunter Jones. He's got a lot of lead to the 25.
All right, well, Jacksonville knows what they need to do. They need a little bit better protection out of their line, a little bit better coordination from their line. I guess the line is going to be part of it, but their skill players have to come through, right? They've had a chance to make some plays, and it just hasn't been there.
Indeed. Here's one of those skill players. Jared Willis broke a tackle and picked up about 11.
Almost a head-scratching call, but it pays off as they get the first down.
Picked up about 12 yards on the play. Look at the block downfield by his brother, Grayson Willis. Throwing his body in there. You know, he's not a big guy. He's a big guy. He's 6'4", 218. And welcome in Stephen Mull next to the chat. He's got to be feeling pretty good coming off a Vice Wars victory over Denver. And the German trend continues. The pass is caught by Hunter Jones, and Jones rambles down to the Pharaoh 39. First down. Clock now ticking under 9:30 to go. That was that slants play. There's Tom Rahman in the chat. Welcome, good sir. Chris Leone in the chat. Harris Walton in the chat. Crazy H2000, I'm an effing problem. Also in here is Grayson Willis. Cup blowing up, sir. That is Levon Irvine. He's having himself a whale of a ball game. Levon, that's his 9th tackle, his 3rd TFL. Bryce Lincoln, in particular, has had quite a few vicious hits. Both of his tackles have been for TFLs. Steven at large basically told you in German, where can I buy a Rick meter?
Oh,
As Christensen fires it out to the sideline, it's complete to Goss in his 4th reception. Chris Leone asking, has he done anything in the game? You might have gotten a few quarterback pressures, but other than that, Chris, I can't remember much.
Kaufen Sie einen Rickmeter auf meiner Website. Ja?
3rd and 6. Knocked away. Aaron Arrington able to swat that down.
Rickmeter.com. Kaufen Sie einen Rickmeter auf meiner Website.
4th and 6. Looks like they're going to send the field goal team out.
Okay.
And this is going to test the big leg on Mr. Klein.
It'll be a 51-yarder, 52-yarder.
Curtis Young holding for the field goal attempt.
Holding his breath.
Snap, spot, and the boot is good from 51.
Nice.
So Jacksonville tacks on another 3 points, but
Too little, too late, potentially.
with 8:20 to go, they're now down 24-6. And that is correct. Still need 3 scores if they really, truly want to get back in this football game.
You know, maybe just a little something for the effort, right? Have everybody feel good. They'll probably have 2 more possessions, so it's a pretty narrow window. they're going to need a defensive score probably along the way.
That was a 6-play, 40-yard drive. Thank you to Robert Garrett Jr., our statistician. And the return by Arrington goes up to the Pharaoh 24. And Jack Wall says, we only score in safeties. It's still a 9-possession.
Well,
You got to have humor in situations.
and
like
Chris
this,
250-505. We just got to waste time. Waste some time.
And Reggie Streeter helps his own cause. That's his 12th carry. He is 64 yards.
As he lets them waste another good 30 seconds.
As we get a look here, it took 2 guys to bring him down, maybe even 3 guys. I saw number 55 trying to dive over the top.
Yeah, we talked about Streeter. If he levels up, what does he become? And we didn't talk about if he levels down. I think he goes from Streeter to cul-de-sac.
Roll back to throw, and as he throws, he was winding up for something large, but Hunter Norwood said, no, thank you.
Don't at me on that, by the way. It's a dead-end street with a circle. Turn around at the end of it.
Oh, there's some fun information at the bottom. Rick, did you know the last 5 S champs have all been based west of the Mississippi?
Whoa, look at that. Go west, young man.
Streeter up the middle, breaks the tackle, breaks it up.
Wow.
And they pick up a first down.
That is something to see.
Oh, man. Reggie Streeter, I think, broke at least 3 tackles there. Oh, 1, broke 1.
Leave it to my buddy Andy.
No, just 1, but carried 2 men forward.
To at me.
And for Chad Guy and the rest of this defense, things are really starting to look a bit dire here. As Gold throws over the middle. That was kind of almost a one-man screen. And for Xander Gold, he's up over 300. He now has 2 passing touchdowns. But most of those throws, most of the yardage, remember, came on 2 throws of 80-plus yards. I formation. Xander Gold to throw. Knocked away by Chad Guy.
Nice play. Yeah, by the way, Andy Hamilton, as my Swedish relatives would say, inte pamig. The pamig? Don't at me.
Insanity. Insanity 21.
Stop throwing.
saying, what's up? Welcome to the chat, sir. Nice to have you here. Reggie Streeter gets it up the middle, picks up a first down.
And he wastes some more time. At this rate, if Jacksonville defense doesn't stiffen up, Reggie Streeter might be breaking the plane again. Come on, Jacksonville. They're crowding the line, Colin. Look at that. Just one safety.
All 11 defenders in your picture. Slant cut is intercepted. Woo-hoo. Michael Sprouse took it away from Deezer Powell. And Jacksonville is not quite dead yet.
Well, that's some next level right there on the defenses. They may have actually confused Xander Gold with everybody up, and they had their one safety over wasn't really guarded by that, as the Pharaohs had no wideout on the right side of that field of their own formation.
Grayson Willis has 17 carries, 41 yards. As Christensen fires the slant cut on first down to pick up another first down to 46. They got to find a couple more of those if they want to keep.
He's got. Jones has a little shimmy there out to the field, feeling good about themselves.
Another slant pass, Bryce Lincoln. Or I believe that is Lonzo Jr. That's Nelson Lonzo Jr. on it. And for him, that's his first tackle of the day. 1st and 10 at the King 47. Turn give to Willis, and Willis will pick up 3 yards to 50. Clock winding 5:25 and counting to go in this game. 3 wide receivers. Jones in the slot to the top of the formation. Quick drop for Christensen. Has to dump this off to Willis, and Willis will get tackled by Rolleman Hood in the backfield. Now under 5 minutes to go, and looks like they're just trying to get out of here. Jacksonville. 3rd downs today. Neither team has been real great, but for Jacksonville, they've been 3 of 12. The pass down the middle of the swing. The punt returner gets him to the 39, and now comes the hurry up. Throw to Willis, out in the swing pass, and out of bounds he goes. Clock stops at 4:23 left.
They're going to take advantage of the stoppage to huddle up and talk about some strategy. Maybe they've got plays called here. Because we're just over 4 minutes to go.
Christensen slant caught again. 200 Jones, and to the hurry up we go. Drop back. Over the middle, Jack Wall, 9-yard pickup, 2nd and 1. Christensen, quick draw back, slant cut, down to the 2, 1st and goal.
Nice, that sounds good. Good on you, Jacksonville.
Throw over the middle,
Ooh.
Trying to get cute and grab it with one hand, not quite.
Hats off to the Pharaohs. They kind of jammed that up. That was going to be a real quick hitter, and you could tell it was a quick drop, and then he shuffled his feet a little bit, just trying to buy another second, but couldn't squeeze it in there.
Now they line up a shotgun on 2nd and goal. Here's the take the snap. Willis!
Oh, no.
He in the corner. Aaron Arrington on the tackle, his 2nd. Is an interception, too fast deflection.
3rd and goal, and this is where if you're offensive coordinator, you're like, 1st and goal, like at the 2, why didn't we just run 3 QB sneaks in a row? We'd probably put it in. But now the pressure's on. They do not want to stay on brand for this game and kick another field goal, Colin.
Line up under center this time. Opportunity to give to Willis. He stretches front out. No, the throw.
No.
To the end zone. Touchdown, Hunter Jones.
There we go. Well done.
Yeah, a bit of a corner route almost. Had to kind of skinny it up, and now it's 24-12.
Yeah, a little dicey there, though, as he's kind of tippy-toeing his way along the end line in the back of the end zone. Good thing he didn't get a toe out of bounds, or the ball wasn't somewhere besides right in front of him to catch it, Colin. But nicely done, Jacksonville.
They don't go for 2. Maybe they'll take the 1.
Well, it's field goal and a touchdown to tie. At this point, as they go down by 10 with 3:35.
And they do have a contracted kicker now. They did sign in week 4. Andy Hamilton put it perfectly. Go for 2 on the next touchdown. It's 2 possessions either way. And the onside is recovered by New Orleans. Eric Arrington fell on it for the Pharaohs.
Eastine Spiel.
3:34 left. Reggie Streeter is your tailback. I like your chances of running out the rest of this clock.
Yeah, potentially. Eastine Spiel. Fraus und Frauleins. Harris and Unherrens.
3 men in the backfield. Reggie Streeter broke a tackle. Will pick up 6 yards. He is now up over 80 yards. According to our statistician, actually, on 14 carries, he's closer to 80. He's at 77 at the moment. Also has 6 catches.
On how many totes? Sorry?
14 carries, along with 6 receptions for 54 yards.
There's our Canadian sorry for all of our friends border or from our hometown in Ann Arbor. Canada is actually south of Detroit River.
Here is Streeter again.
Wow.
He needed 3 and got 2. That'll be a 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1. You know, this play might be for the ball game if they can force a punt here.
And for Jacksonville, they've run 72 plays on 10 drives. New Orleans, this will be play number 52. They're 2 of 7 on 3rd down.
How many drives does New Orleans have?
11 drives.
Okay.
Jacksonville has 10.
Wow. Okay. Here we go.
They have standard pro set backfield.
Trying to
play
draw
clock
him?
run all the way down.
Oh!
Streeter got it.
Oh, he did. He sure did. Crossed him up a little bit there with the blocking. Let's see if we get another look at that.
We've reached the 2-minute warning. New Orleans in control 24-13. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch.
Well, 2 minutes ago, a quick game update. You know, if you've just joined us late, Jacksonville's offense has been sporadic. A couple field goals and a touchdown. New Orleans has really looked impressive, and they've got 2 really long scoring plays to their credit.
Reggie Streeter took the handoff, broke a couple of tackles, and here goes the burning of the first time out. Coming up later tonight at 8 Eastern, we have the Cascadia Cup between the Vancouver Legion and the surprisingly 1-3 Seattle Pirates. Vancouver, last remaining undefeated team in the Simulation Football League.
Yeah, going back to the game wrap-up column, you think about those 2 long scoring plays, not drives, but one was thrown from the end zone and ends up in the other end zone. I mean, that's 14 points, right? So Jacksonville tighten up that big play defense.
Actually, according to Mr. Hamilton, they call it the Northwest Cup. My apologies.
Northwest Cup. Well, I guess you spent a lot of money for that Cascade Cup trademark, Colin, but it's not going to stick.
No, I guess Andy did.
No, I thought you just called it the Cascade Cup. Andy says it's the Northwest Cup?
Yeah. As they get the 3rd down conversion on 3rd and 1, and that's the last time out called by Jacksonville.
I'll duck while that joke goes over. Oh, Dad. Are you shaking your fist at me again? Jeez.
We have a minute 49 left, and you should get a couple of that. Xander go.
Well, I'm guessing, Colin, we're going to see Reggie Streeter as the player of the game. I don't know. In the stat sheet, anybody else standing out to you?
Well, if we take a peek at the stats for in Clifton, 2 catches, 107 yards. 1 was for 93 yards. It could be a player of the game. Deezer Powell, 7 receptions for 92 yards. But Badira Zalani, 2 catches for 83. Xander Gold, 21 of 32 for 350, 2 touchdowns, but unfortunately for him, 3 interceptions. And Xander Gold and his coaching staff, led by Aaron Arrington, who's been a Hall of Fame semifinalist. That's one benefit of this upcoming convention. We'll most likely have another Hall of Fame class.
Ooh, maybe.
to
I don't know.
decide
I mean, it'll be exciting. Talk. We're not officially announcing that, everybody. We're just speculating. We're excited to hear about another convention and waiting for details over the next few weeks.
It'll be 4th down, and they won't have to snap it again. For New Orleans, they move to 2-3. Jacksonville moves to 3-2. In spite of the rough going of their defense, first couple of games giving up north of 30 points in some of those endeavors. New Orleans has a nice bounce back game as they allow the Kings only 13 points, and they intercept Christian Christensen twice. For our statistics, as we get a look at the numbers, 51 rushing yards for Jacksonville, 100 even for New Orleans. Jacksonville wins the time of possession, and they force more turnovers, but ultimately, the big plays from that Pharaoh passing attack is just too darn much. Right, Rick?
Indeed. Pharaohs have some weapons. They put them to use here today. I think the big plays were really the difference, and we saw, even time of possession in the at halftime, Colin.
There is the back-breaking interception thrown by Dante West.
Yeah, both teams had
thrown to Dante West.
Both teams had scoring drives snuffed out with untimely. Not that there's a good time to have an interception, but as they're approaching or are in the red zone. In terms of analyzing things and making an action plan for next week. It's tightening up the defensive communication, not allowing the big plays for the Pharaohs. And they're going to have to tighten up their blocking schemes on offense. For the Kings. I think that was for the Kings. Pharaohs, on the other hand, need to have an action plan around having more big plays.
And hopefully the defense can keep this mojo going. As Christian Christensen tossed his little nice 2-yard touchdown pass to Hunter Jones. Actually, he was the leading Jacksonville receiver in terms of both yardage and catches, with 7 catches for 74 yards. And Reggie Streeter is the player of the game. 20 carries, 105 yards. Also had 50 yards receiving.
Congratulations to the AI for getting it right, huh, Colin?
Sometimes there's questionable player choice. No doubt about this one. For those of us at the Simulation Football League, I'm Colin Northrup. He's Rick Northrup. For Denver the Dog, we had Robert Garrett Jr. in stats, Cam Irvine in the truck. Thank you, everyone, and have a good rest of your day.